Boo! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Deck it quick. While the average man looking at this, it's sad like she fine as yeah. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like yeah, 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's from pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them games, make profits. While I'm still in my same making profits. They used to watch me move them packets. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing, dog? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Everett Paranati. I go by Michael Everett, and I'm the co-founder and head trader at TTG. In case you all did not know, we are the Benzinga FinTech Chairman's Award recipient for the best AI analysis tool in 2024. If you guys are looking for AI tools, AI analysis, AI chatbots, AI trading assistants, whatever you want to call it, you look no further. We are the one and only Chairman's Award recipient for best AI analysis tool, being recognized by a company like Benzinga for what it is that we are doing, implementing AI technology into the platform to help our traders and our members make money, which many of them were able to do today by using that very same AI tool. Big shout out and congrats to all of our members that had some banner days today thanks to that AI tool. There we are in New York City. Oh, we were where we were in New York City receiving the award. My business partner and I, just a couple of months ago. Was a wonderful honor. But it's not just about awards here at True Trading Group. We are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There is literally something for everybody at True Trading Group. Why should you listen to anything it is we discuss on this channel? I'm glad you asked. It's not because I think I'm the world's greatest trader. It is because I was trained by professionals on Wall Street. I did not have to figure this out by watching YouTube videos and sitting in Discords. I began my trading career working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job out of college, where I had to go through a training program before the fund let me touch $1 of their money. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash, but it was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff. We have helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. We have 10,000 members in 114 different countries, truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you smash that like button, show some love, subscribe to the channel, and of course, turn on your notifications to make sure that you never miss out on any of these live streams, because we're dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis, giving you analysis, lessons, trade ideas, commentary to help you guys all become better traders and help you guys all make money. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, right? We're all here to make money. I think we can all agree on that, right? I think we all can agree that we are here to make money. That's what we're doing this for. So as we get into this live stream, there's a few things that I want to go over with you guys. It was a big day for us in chat today. We had a 400% gain on Tesla put options. We had a 100% gain on Apple calls. We had a monster short squeeze on a small cap, a 100% gain on an equity, AIFF. That stock was up like 200% today. We took more profit off on a swing trade that we've been in on FSLR to the short side, that if you guys have been following the channel for a while, then you know that's a position that I've been in since February 5th. And we were able to get more profits off today as support levels seem to be breaking on FSLR. We're still short the position, but we did take more profit off today, and then I added back into some of it. And then we're going to see if we can get an even bigger move down into the 150s. So we'll go over all that. And then we were able to capitalize on Alibaba today. Some news right before the bell on Alibaba. There was a 100% gain today in 0 DTE SPY call options. I mean, everywhere you look, there was excellent trading that took place today. You also had some really good trades take place in our futures room, because like I said, we do trade futures also inside of True Trading. We actually have a dedicated chat room specifically for people that trade futures, that are led by a handful of professional futures trading moderators that call out all of their trades, their entries, their exits, tell you where their orders are, and you guys can structure your trades and follow along with those trades if you so choose. So a really great day for us. And I kind of if you guys have been on the live stream the last couple of days, I kind of told you that I felt like this was going to be a really big week. We've got the CPI inflation data that comes out tomorrow morning at 8:30, and I think there's a lot riding on it, specifically with the economic data that came out on Friday. Friday, you got inflation expectation numbers that came out, and they were significantly higher than what was expected. A little concerning, to be quite honest with you. You had a one-year inflation expectation on Friday was actually over 4%. That's very, very high. And that's where the market sold off on Friday. We've since recovered here from that Friday pullback. And, as we roll into the CPI number, I think you're going to get a big move in the market tomorrow. And a lot of it's going to rest on that CPI number. So what we're going to do today in this live stream is we're going to recap some of the trades from today. We're going to go over a position that I'm currently in and walk through with you what I'm planning on doing with the rest of that position. And then let's talk about what we think about the CPI number tomorrow, right? We'll go through some if this, then that type scenarios. I am not here, okay? I'm not here to predict the future. I have no freaking clue what the CPI number is going to be, nor do I care. What's more important to me is not to predict what something is going to be, but rather to understand what the market's reaction to specific data points will be. And then once those data points come out, position myself to make money from it. That's what being a really good trader is all about. I'm not here to predict whether or not a company is going to beat on earnings or miss on earnings. I'm not here to predict whether or not the CPI number is going to be hot or cold. I have no idea, right? I have absolutely no idea. There's no edge. I have no advantage over any other trader if that's the strategy that I employ. You're just flipping a coin if that's the case. That's all you're doing. You're flipping a coin. So, I just feel like, hold on one second. Hold on one second, guys. Guys, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get, we have some earnings that came out today too. You have SMCI, you have Upstart, you have DoorDash, you have Lyft. So give me 1 second, guys, and I'll go over all the earnings with you guys. We will go over the earnings. I see a lot of people are tuning in, asking my thoughts on SMCI and the other. I don't like SMCI. I'll tell you guys that. I'll tell you guys that one right now. I'm not a big fan of SMCI. Okay, and also CFLT, Confluent, which is a stock that we recently put in the long-term portfolio that's doing very well. So we do have a lot of earnings that are coming out. So let me rephrase. Let me cover all of the earnings with you guys here first. Then we'll go over the trades from today. Then we'll go over the game plan with the CPI number tomorrow. So let's hit on the earnings first. I know we have a lot of people here that are interested in SMCI, so we'll talk about SMCI first. And this thing is really just whipping around there as they just came out with their earnings. And I'll go over them with you guys. Earnings per share, 58 cents to 60 cents. Net sales, 5.6 billion to 5.7 billion. That is their guidance. 5 billion to 6 billion. Earnings per share, 46 cents to 62 cents. So Supermicro lowered their full year 25 revenue outlook from 26 to 30 billion. They lowered it to 23.5 to 25 billion. So they actually lowered their guidance. And they announced a private placement of $700 million of 2.25% convertible senior notes that are due in 2028. Announces amendments to existing 0% convertible senior notes that are due in 2029. I'm not a big fan of this company. I'm really not. I mean, I just feel like there's such better things. To trade to own than SMCI. I really don't like what happened with, I don't trust the management team behind SMCI as far as I can throw them. The SMCI's management team has had several issues with regulatory agencies. And I was definitely concerned when the whole issue happened with their accounting concerns, Ernst & Young walking away from the company. They did come back and hire BDO. The stock then recovered. I just think that where there's that much smoke, there's usually a fire. And I just don't trust them. I don't trust the management team. I don't trust the company. half of their revenue comes from one customer, and that's NVIDIA. I just look at SMCI and I think that it's a stock that a lot of people got really excited about on social media. It's not a stock that I've ever owned in my long-term portfolio. I don't necessarily have any intention on putting it into my long-term portfolio because I just simply don't trust the company. So I don't foresee myself putting SMCI into my long-term portfolio anytime soon. I'll trade it. Right. I'm an active trader, right? I day trade and I swing trade, but we also cover long-term investing in True Trading Group. And you guys know what stocks I buy in my long-term portfolio, what stocks I'm selling, what I own and everything else. But SMCI is not on my list. It's just not. So, announcing a private placement, they lowered the revenue outlook. None of these things are positives for the stock. The stock is down 9.5% on the day. It's flat in the after hours session. We were already down 9.5% coming into the day. I don't even necessarily see there being a real good trade set up here. So for me, SMCI is a non-trade. It's not a stock that I'm going to be putting in my portfolio anytime soon. We will talk about CFLT, Confluent, which is a stock that I do own in my long-term portfolio. It's a recent new position. I bought this thing in the 28s or so. But this is a small position in my long-term portfolio. So let me clarify when I say I own this in my long-term. It is a very small position. I've only bought it one time, and I'm probably not going to buy it again until the company, gives me some kind of news in their earnings report that is going to make me feel that the company's moving closer towards profitability, or some positive, cash flow and positive net income, because the company's been operating at a loss for quite some time. They have really good growth rate, but they are operating at a loss. So I really want to see them kind of try to turn the corner there. And there's huge resistance in the 40s that I just feel like, once we come up with some news, if the company is able to work closer towards profitability, that probably gets you over the resistance level it's in the low 40s. And then that would be at the time when I'm probably going to look to add to the position. So I'll just draw out for you guys the resistance level that you guys can see. It's all right in here. Okay, this resistance level right in here. You guys can see this. Okay, I bought the stock down here in my long term. And I do think that CFLT is a stock that has a lot of potential. Right, it has a lot of potential to get its ass up here in the next couple of years, but it has work to do. Right, it has work to do. It's a younger, smaller company that has promise, but they've got work to do. Okay, so let's go through some of the numbers here for CFLT. Some news here: they announced a strategic partnership with Jio platforms to accelerate India's development of Gen AI and applications with data streams through Jio cloud services. They reported quarterly earnings of 9 cents a share, which beat the analyst consensus expectations of 6 cents a share, which is also unchanged from the same year last year. And the company reported quarterly net sales of $261 million, which is also a beat. So it is a top and bottom line beat with some news there. Also, because we got something going on here with Databricks also. Yeah, Databricks, let's go public. Yeah, I know. I want Databricks to go public too. I actually bought some shares pre-IPO on Databricks. We're looking for, hopefully we get an IPO on Databricks this year. If not, then hopefully by next year. But Databricks is a company that I really, really, really do like. So with CFLT, I know it's exciting to see the stock up 7% here, but there's still so much resistance up here. I wouldn't really get too overly excited about it. Okay. I wouldn't get too excited about it. This is a major resistance level, and I think there's a lot of work to be done before the stock really experiences a sustained breakout on a longer basis. Another one out with earnings that is flying to the upside right now is actually Upstart. And Upstart's a heavily shorted stock. And this stock is flying right now, up 16% on the back of their own earnings. And the earnings per share were pretty a very big beat. Okay. Analysts were expecting a loss of 4 cents a share. They reported a positive 26 cents a share. Analysts were only expecting $182 million in sales, $219 million. It's a big beat. They expect revenue for the full year 25, $1 billion. Analysts were only expecting 838 million, and they're expecting their GAAP net income to at least be break even. This is a very strong earnings report by Upstart and a very strong guide. Okay. It's no wonder the stock is trading up 16%. And with a nice size short position on here, I think you got to watch this thing. There's a huge resistance level, and I'll draw it out for you. Here we go. Okay. You guys can see this resistance over here in the high 80s. Okay. It's the high 80s. You guys can see this resistance in November and December. And as you pan this all the way out and we go back, you'll also see that this was a resistance level right there and prior support level there back in 2022. Go back even further, support level here, and then support level here, right? You guys can all see this. So this is a big level. Okay, it's a big level here for Upstart. And if Upstart takes that out, you could see a little bit of a short squeeze, as that stock does have a pretty decent short position on it. And then you also have a firm which recently reported earnings of its own, and the earnings were phenomenal for a firm, and they actually swung to a profit on the quarter, which was unexpected. So a firm, Upstart, kind of sympathy plays and similar type of stocks, giving you some really strong earnings reports now, a couple days apart. And I would say that with that, coupled with some decent short positions on these names, I think you can see more upside on those stocks. All right, so that's UPST, a firm also, but that's UPST, the one that just came out with their earnings. Then we'll move on over to DoorDash. DoorDash doing very well. It's been a phenomenal last couple of years for DoorDash, guys. It really has. I mean, look at this move over the last 2 years. Stock was all the way down at $50. It's now at 200. And trading higher now, up 7% after hours here with their earnings. So we've got 33 cents earnings per share in line. They actually missed on sales, which is interesting. It was a pretty big miss. 2.5 billion versus analyst expectations of 2.84 billion. That is a big miss. But I'm sorry. It's actually a typo. The initial, wow, that's why the stock went to the downside. So initially, the initial report had a typo. I just read the correction. That's probably why the stock dropped from 193 down to 183 first, but it is actually a typo. The correction was then issued a couple minutes later. Sales were actually 2.87 billion. Analysts were expecting 2.84 billion. So that is a beat on sales. That original alert was actually a typo. So initially the alerts came out, the news headline came out 2.51, which is that's a $300 million miss, and it actually 2.87. So it actually is a beat. So that's significant. So that understand now why you had this initially stock dropped and then stock just exploded up now 6% there on DoorDash. Trade ideas for DoorDash. There's not really that much resistance up here. I think you look for 199 to be support and see if there's a trade there for us tomorrow on DoorDash. We can maybe look at this resistance level right here, high of the day from the 7th, high of the day from the 10th, so high of the day from Friday and Monday. And now you're gapping up level with earnings. You look for pullbacks into it and then further continuation to the upside tomorrow morning. So DoorDash will be on the watch list for us tomorrow morning on the back of these earnings. SMCI will not be on the watch list for tomorrow morning, but UPST certainly will. All right. UPST, we're going to look for support at 73.5. All right. I'll draw the line right across here for you guys, just so you guys can see it. Okay. Now, and then obviously you guys can see the resistance level that's here, and that becomes our trading range. And you look to buy pullbacks and then look to see if that level actually breaks and you get a short squeeze on the back of a better than expected earnings report. All right, so two of those companies we are focusing on for tomorrow's earnings. All right, and that is going to be DoorDash and UPST. Nothing going on there with Avis. Levi's, nobody really cares about Levi's. I'm just finishing going through the earning. Oh, Lyft. Forgot about Lyft. I don't like Lyft. I do not own Lyft. I own Uber. I much rather prefer Uber. Uber is a name that we do own. The two stock charts are night and day. That is Lyft stock chart, and that is Uber stock chart. They are not the same. It is not Pepsi Coke. They are not the same. So Lyft coming out with their earnings, and you've got, they actually announced a $500 million share buyback program, which is nice. Sales beat 1.6 billion versus 1.56 billion. They see Q1 25 booking growth of 10 to 14%. EBITDA of 90 to 95 million. That's a little low. Yeah, it's a little bit low. It's a little light on that guide. That's even a 500 million share buyback can't give the stock a bid. Stock's down 15% today. I don't see there really being a trade here. You have support at 1250, and then you have support at 12. Maybe the stock bounces off of 1250, but I don't necessarily see there being a trade there for us. I'm going to focus on UPST and DoorDash for tomorrow. Okay, so that's it, guys. Those are some of the bigger earnings that we had come out here after the close. You guys now know the game plan there for Upstart and for DoorDash. All right, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow with the CPI number. Once the CPI number comes out at 8:30, I'll really build out and structure my watch list. The watch list has been on fire, man. It's been on fire. We had a great day today. We talked about Alibaba long at 112. That worked out very well for us this morning. We were able to capitalize on Alibaba. We bought the dip right off the bell, right there into our support level, and then caught this beautiful move up to 115.50 for a day trade. That one was a day trade. I'm no longer in that position. It was a quick trade for us there this morning. Lasted about 2 hours before that bull take. I held on to a runner. I sold a runner going into the bell, so I technically was in the trade for the entire day because I bought it within the first 3 or 4 minutes of the day, and I took my final profit off at the end of the day. But, the bulk profit came off there when we popped above 115, and I got some off there, 115 and 30s. And that was a really nice trade for us. But the trade of the day for me was AIFF, and we caught this short squeeze. Was an absolute freaking monster. Textbook TTG triangle. This is exactly the setup that I teach all of our members to look for on a daily basis. It's a grade A setup. It's my favorite chart pattern. It gives you the highest probability of success with the best risk reward. And it is a short squeeze dream when you see these type of setups. And this is where I made the majority of my money today in AIFF. We had a great day though today, guys. We're 3 for 3 across the board. 3 for 3, FSLR, AIFF, and Alibaba were the 3 stocks that I traded today. And we had really good days there. But let's get into here on this AIFF and go over exactly what it is that we were seeing. So this is a TT triangle coupled with a trade line view up cross, and there's things we look forward to confirm. There's things we look forward to confirm those things. When you break through the high of the day with increasing volume and you can see here the volume is steadily increasing on the break. You then halted, and you got the trade line view across, which is the trade line is this 9 EMA that you guys see on my screen here. Let me just say, if anything I'm saying feels like it's over your head, don't stress, don't worry about it. You guys will get to learn all this as a member of True Trading Group. But you can see we broke through that high, halted, increasing volume, and then you pulled back down into that level, and that level starts acting as support, right? And then there's the trade line acting as support as well. So I went ahead and I got long right there. Okay, I went ahead and I got long right there, $4.99 or $4.98, right? Yeah, New Zena, we already talked about SMCI. Vinza, we talked about SMCI already. Those earnings came out 45 minutes ago. We already talked about SMCI. I don't necessarily see there being a good trade opportunity. I'll just update you guys. All right. I will just go through here and update you guys on this SMCI for those of you that are just tuning in now. Not a great earnings report. Nope, earnings are not at 5 p.m. New Zealand, those earnings already came out for SMCI. And to recap, they were they lowered their full year revenue outlook from 26 to 30 billion. They lowered it to 23.5 to 25 billion. That's not good. Okay. So I think that what you see on SMCI is this whole situation with their auditor and their accounting. And I just personally don't trust this company. I really don't. I don't trust their management team. This is not the first time. This is not the first time that this management team has been kind of tied up with, conspiracy theory, or has been tied up in some type of scandal, whatever you want to call it. I don't like them. I don't own SMCI in my long-term portfolio. I have no intention on putting it in my long-term portfolio. I also don't like that half the company's revenue comes from one client, one customer. So I personally don't necessarily plan on putting the company in my long-term portfolio. I'll trade the stock, as an active trader. I will trade the stock, but I don't really necessarily see there being a really clear trade setup for me right now. So just because the company came out with earnings, I don't necessarily care. It doesn't mean that I have to trade it or that I'm going to. There's other companies that I think look better. Upstart looks better after their earnings, UPST. Then you have the DoorDash, which is another one. Poot Ijam says the scandal is what makes it worth it. I disagree. I disagree entirely. I think that there's been so much smoke with SMCI that where there's that much smoke, there's fire. And even when the stock exploded in 2024, I traded it, but I did not own it in my long-term portfolio. And then you had the whole scandal that took place at Ernst & Young, leaving as their auditor. I don't know. I'm very happy with the exposure that I have to semiconductors. My two largest semiconductor positions are NVIDIA and Broadcom. I am very happy with that. I really just don't have an intention of putting this stock in my portfolio. You guys do whatever you want. It's your money, right? I mean, you guys do whatever you want. It's your money. But when I invest in a company long term, I also do invest. You have to remember, you're investing in the management team. A company could have the best product or best service in the world, but if they don't have a competent management team to bring that product to market efficiently and profitably, it doesn't really matter. Stock's not going to do well. There's a reason why Starbucks is exploding, and we've been very bullish on Starbucks since the announcement of the new CEO that came in, who was the old CEO of Chipotle. It's a really good example. You guys can take a look at what has happened to Starbucks. Starbucks has exploded ever since they announced, that the CEO from Chipotle was coming to Starbucks. And the reason for that is because the CEO of Chipotle is a G, right? The guy is a boss. The guy is an unbelievable CEO. He did an unreal job with Chipotle. He is known for profitability, margin controls, cost controls, and the stock under his watch, Chipotle, has gone up, 4 digits. The stock's up over 1,000% under his watch. And, the CEO of Starbucks previously, the stock was down several years from the high of 2021. And they were, their profitability and their margins were being compressed. And the board got rid of the CEO, and they brought in this new guy, and the stock is now ripping. And I'm still bullish on Starbucks. I think Starbucks is going to make a new all-time high within the next 2 to 3 years. Could do it even sooner. But I am very bullish on Starbucks with this new CEO. So when you are investing in a company in the long term, for the long term, you are also investing. You are also investing in their management team. And when you take a look at SMCI, I guess what you can say with it is the stock has really gotten hit because of these scandals. But if it turns out that the company's, and it's possible, if the company is able to turn things around and right the ship and get past that negative stigma that investors have with what the company went through, and they're able to turn it around, then the prices the stock is trading at now provide amazing entry opportunities with really low and depressed prices, rather than buying the stock back in 2024 when the stock was at $110. That is the case. So if they are able to turn around, could the stock go back to 70? Sure, it absolutely could. And you can rip off a 80% gain from here. You definitely could. But I just don't, it's just not something for me right now. That's all. Okay. So not good earnings. Their conference call should be coming up in a few minutes. So pay attention, guys, to the conference call. That maybe the conference call, the CEO might say something that does move the stock. Sometimes conference calls move the stock more than the actual earnings themselves. So watch out for that. Yeah, CFLT. I see some people saying CFLT, big move. Yeah, this is a stock that I did recently put in my long-term portfolio about 2 months ago. It was down here. It was down in here that I put in my long-term portfolio. Now, the thing about Confluent, again, I'm recapping because I went over all this at the very beginning of this live stream. It is a small position, okay, in my long-term. The company is not yet profitable. They have a lot of promise, but they still have a lot of work to do. It is a small position, but I do own Confluent at around 28 bucks. Stock's now currently trading 34 as they had better than expected earnings. All right, let's move things back on over and let's kind of go over and let's talk about some of the trades from today. AIFF, which, like I said to you guys, was my biggest trade of the day. And what I wanted to do is I want to show you guys that TT triangle setup. This is something that if you're not a member, you'll learn it like the back of your hand. I promise you guys. Okay, I promise you guys. The TT triangle is essentially, if you're an experienced trader, it's just it's a very common ABCD pattern, but when very specific criteria are met, and I just coined it the TT triangle. It's not an actual name. It's not like a bull flag. It's not an actual name. It's just something that I coined it. But it's a specific situation when there's criteria that are met on the common ABCD pattern, and it gives you phenomenal risk reward. You know, a lot of times you hear traders say, oh, aim for a 2-to-1. This setup, when it works, gives you not 2-to-1s, it gives you 4, 5, 6-to-1s. And that's how you guys can really make your like a whole week or a whole month's profit in one trade. And it also gives you extremely high probability. Being a good trader is not about predicting the future. It is about identifying probability. And I will teach you guys the difference of how to determine what makes one setup an A quality setup, what makes another setup a C quality setup. A setups have probably 70-75% probability of working out in one particular direction. B setups have a 65% probability, and C setups are 50-50 coin flips. Do not ever put yourself into a 50-50 coin flip position. This is not gambling. If you want to do that, go to Vegas, put your money on red or black. That is not what I do here. That is not what we do inside of True Trading Group. So I'll teach you guys how to identify those different probabilities so that you can be patient enough to then wait for the high probability setups and put yourself on the right side of the probability over and over and over again. Okay, that's the key to profitability. And this is the setup that you guys will learn. You break through the early high of the day. You get the trade line VWAP cross. The trade line for me is this light blue line. It's a momentum-based indicator. It is the 9 exponential moving average. Don't go in your charting software and search trade line. That's trader lingo. That's like, you know, trader slang. It's the 9 exponential moving average. You could also use the 8, the 10, the 11, the 12. They're all extremely similar. They're going to be a couple of pennies off. I personally use the 9 EMA. Some of our other moderators use the 8 EMA. Remember, there's not just me in True Trading Group. There's 8 other professional traders that are mods that share their screens with you during the day, that talk to you during tell you their analysis, tell you where their entries are, they answer questions, and provide their commentary throughout the entire trading day. They trade with you live. You see exactly what they're doing, and those executions take place with you guys live. Okay, so that right there is where we enter the position 498 on the pullback back into that previous high. The trade line comes into play, and then you get this nice little back retest fill in here, back in to retest that previous level. It becomes support, and then all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. You have this massive short squeeze, and we just start ripping profits off the table. Literally, I just continue to take profits off the table. My final take profit came off at $8.64. The stock went a little bit higher to $11.50, but I just ran out of shares. The best problem for a trader to have is you just run out of shares. And this was an absolute freaking monster. I was risking about 40, 50 cents. And we caught $3.50. So you do the risk reward on that. Right. And that's why I love the setup. That's why I love the setup so much. So the things you want to look for that confirm the setup is strong increasing volume on the break through the high to establish that level as a previous resistance, but now support. And you want other indicators to come up and converge on that level. So you want Fibonacci retracement levels, you want trade line, you want VWAP, you want all those things to kind of come up there and converge. Like you can see here, this orange line is your VWAP. There's the prior high. And you can see there with the volume through that level. See how strong the volume was? Look at this. See the difference in the volume? So there's the break through the level. See how heavy the volume was to the upside. Then notice the pullback. Look at the volume on the pullback. See how low the volume is on the pullback? That is exactly what you want to see when you go back in to retest the support level of this pattern. When you get that volume profile on the retest of the level and then it holds, that's all you need. Even if you didn't take the entry when I did earlier, if you needed more confirmation to feel better about the trade, there it is. That's exactly what you look for. And then the volume starts to pick back up again. And then just all hell breaks loose and you get a short squeeze. Beautifully done. This was my trade of the day. Is my biggest gainer of the day. Again, we were 3 for 3, but this is where I made the bulk of my money because the risk reward was just so high, right? So congratulations to all of our members that capitalized on this AIFF. And if you guys are not members of True Trading Group, I'm telling you, you guys will learn all this. You will learn all of this. I promise you guys, you'll learn all of it. This is the stuff. This is the reason why members are able to make money from True Trading Group. And there are a lot of people that are on this live stream right now. We got about 3,000 people. About 47% of them are saying on the poll that they're not a member of True Trading Group. I really want to show you guys something. Those of you that are not members, I want you to pay attention to something real quick. If you asked me, and a lot of people do ask me, well, hey, Mike, what makes True Trading Group different? What makes you different from these other programs out there? Why should I join True Trading Group? And a lot of people expect me to talk myself up, to talk about how great of a trader that I am. I'm not the world's greatest trader. I don't have a 100% win rate. I'm damn freaking good. I've got a high win rate. I'm right a hell of a lot more than I am wrong. I make a lot of money doing this. I've been doing this for 18 years, but I'm not going to talk myself up why you should join True Trading Group. You shouldn't join True Trading Group just because of me telling you, oh, I made $1 bajillion last year. Who gives a shit what I made? Because I could have made $1 bajillion. Guess what? Now one of the bajillion is going to go towards paying your bills. What matters most on whether you decide if you're going to join a trading community or not is whether or not the members actually make money from being part of the community. That's what you should base your decision off of. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear, guys. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And I'm going to show you something real quick. Members of TTG that are on this live stream right now, as many of you are, I know. If you are making money with True Trading Group, this is a very simple question. Are you making money? If you're becoming better traders with us, type the number 1 in chat right now. Anybody that's not a member, pay very close attention to the amount of people that you are about to see. Type the number 1 on the side of the screen. These are your peers. These are people that were once in your exact same shoes. They came onto a live stream. They learned more in 1 hour with me than they learned in the last 2 years trying to figure this stuff out on their own. If these people could make money doing this, then there is absolutely no reason why you can't. They are not luckier than you. They don't have more time than you. Okay. 82% of our members have a full-time job. 82%. So I don't want to hear, I don't have time. I don't want to hear, oh, I'm back at work. I don't want to hear any of that. That is not a valid excuse on why you should not be able to join the community and to make money when all of these people are, with 82% of them, okay, working a full-time job. The rest are full-time traders or they're retired. If they can do this, so my boy Brock, what's up, brother? Brock has taught me more than ever. Get to hang out with family every day. And after 1 year, I can trade in my own and start making money now. Invest in yourself. Amen to that, Brock. I'm proud of you, brother. And I'm really happy for you. I am becoming a better trader, learning with TTG. And today I became a lifetime member, still working a full-time job. Way to go, Henry. Congratulations on becoming a lifetime member. I love to see that. Becoming a lifetime member. Beautiful. And that member is actually from Spain, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go. Very nicely done. Cost to join, says Scott. You know what? I'll go over it with you guys right now. Good news. So if you guys were on the live stream last night, I told you that I had some laptops, right? And GB Original, I saw you as well asking about how to join. So Scott, GB, let me kind of walk you guys through how you can join TTG. There's two different things that you guys can do. Okay. We have relationships with wholesalers, and we get our hands sometimes on laptops, and they're really, when we buy them in bulk, we get them really cheap, and we like to give them out to our new members just as like a little incentive when you guys join. So we do have 8 of those laptops remaining from last night. I had like 18 of them, I think it was last night. And then we had a bunch of people join True Trading Groups, and now I'm down to just 8. So what I'm going to do is, If you guys are interested in a free laptop, but since I only have 8, this is what I'm going to do. I only want to give it away to the people that really want it. If you don't want the free laptop, instead you'd rather have a cheaper price on the membership, send a text message to 1-888-621-2127 and make sure you give us your name. Okay. The phone number again, if you do not want a laptop, you don't care, you'd rather pay a cheaper price, send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. The phone number is right down there. We'll do something special for you guys if you don't want the laptop. If you do want the laptop, go directly to ttgoffer.com. And even if you don't want the laptop, still go to ttgoffer.com so you can see everything that's included with your membership. Okay. Yeah, you're in the UK. We have members in 114 different countries, GB. So as long as you live on planet Earth, I'll get you the free laptop. We cover the shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. It's an HP laptop. It comes with Microsoft 365. It comes with Windows 11. It's not a MacBook Pro. It's not a $2,000 gaming laptop. You're not going to, launch a satellite into orbit with it. But it's a free gift. Use it for work or trading, give it to your kid for school, sell the laptop on eBay, put the money back in your account. I really don't care. It's up to you. It's whatever you do, whatever you want to do with it. It's our gift to you. But you can go to ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included in your membership. It's $1,047 for the entire year. And there are no upsells. There's no additional cost for anything you see on that page. Now, the $1,047 price includes the free laptop. If you don't want the laptop, I'll give you guys a little bit of a cheaper price there because I'm trying to save these laptops for the people that really want them or really need them, rather than give them away to people that don't necessarily want them. Okay, so you send a text message if you don't want the laptop, 1-888-621-2127. If you do want the laptop, go to ttgoffer.com. What I will point out to you is I know I talk a big game on these live streams, but I back it up with my own money. When you join True Trading Group, you're going to invest $1,047. You're going to put that up. We're going to put $1,047 up with you. If our platform is as good as we say it is, then you should be able to at least make back your membership fee. Would we agree on that? Those of you that are not members, would we agree on that? That's fair. I think so. Well, we base our double your money back guarantee on whether or not you make your membership fee back. So the way that this works is you join today, you pay $1,047. If you are unable to make enough winning trades to equal the $1,047 membership fee at least one time during your membership, I will not just give you back $1,047. I'm going to give you back double, $2,094. It's right there on the checkout page. It is in black and white. Yes, it's real. Go read it. I ask you to do the following things: go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group. We do study groups every single week. I'm asking you to attend one. This is a year membership. This W money back guarantee does not expire. It is good for your entire year. So take your time, go at your own pace, go with your own schedule, knowing that if you cannot make enough winning trades to equal $1,047 at least once, I will give you back double your money, as long as you went through the courses, you passed the quizzes, you attended a study group, you actually used the platform that you subscribe to. And if it still fails for you, we'll give you guys double your money back. Wow, let's go. Tony Stocks. Join up, guys. New member here. I placed my first trade with TTG on J&J today for 100%. Smooth Brain gets credit for the spot on the setup. Great job. Boom. That's what I love to see. Well done. Very well done. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Great job. That's another thing. Well, honestly, True Trading Group, like there really is strength in numbers. Like, so he said Smooth Brain gets credit for the setup, the call out. Smooth Brain is a member. And there's some really great members, really great traders that are members in True Trading Group. It's not just about the moderators. You have some phenomenal members. It's very rare that we ever miss out on some really great quality setups. That's the thing, guys. It's when you take a look at when you have 10,000 people that are trained properly, that know what to look for. People call out really great grade A setups all the time, and we jump on them. We make money. I mean, we make money as a group. Sure, I tell everybody what I'm trading, and because of my call outs, a lot of members make money. But I also make money from members call outs too. Members say, hey, Mike, check out ABC. And I'm like, oh, let me take a look. Oh, wow, this actually looks really good. And I place a trade, I make money on it. And if it wasn't for that member bringing it to my attention, I never would have seen the setup, right? That's what being part of a trading community is really all about. That's what it's for. It's not, you're not supposed to join a trading community to watch other people make money. It's not for other traders to boast and brag about how great they are. It's for everybody to come together with the common goal of to make money, to better their financial situation, to help each other succeed. Our community is very family oriented. Everybody genuinely cares about each other's success, and everybody's very helpful. Members help members, members help mods, mods help members. It's really, amazing to see our community, which has grown to 10,000 people in 114 different countries over the years. It's just amazing to see the camaraderie that we have within the community. It's easy to have a good time when everybody's making money, right? So guys, go to ttgoffer.com. You'll see that everything's included. Our 22 course curriculum, which is a simplified version of what I learned, the training program working at the fund in New York. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed, TradingView's premium charting software, the trade idea scanners on our platform for you guys to use. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, congressional trading data, 1,000 hours of workshops and recordings covering different topics. All of it's included. You don't have to pay $1 extra for any of it. Go right to ttgoffer.com. You've got the double your money back guarantee for peace of mind. Our refund rate is less than 2.5%. If our refund rate was 15%, I wouldn't be able to give you guys double your money back. We would go out of business. But because it is so incredibly low, I have no problem putting my money where my mouth is and giving you guys double your money back. Again, if you do not want the laptop, okay? If you do not want the laptop, text that number right now, 1-888-621-2127. Also, listen to me very carefully. If you are currently a trial member, the price it will cost you to join True Trading Group after your trial is $1,497. If you do not want to pay $1,497, instead you would rather pay $1,047 and save yourself $450, you can send a text message right now also to that phone number, 1-888-621-2127. Again, that is if you are currently a trial member. The cost for you to join is $1,497 after your trial. If you want to save $450, text that number now and we'll get you signed up for the cheaper price. Okay? And anybody else that has questions, you guys can feel free to text that number. We are fully transparent. We are an open book when it comes to True Trading Group. Anything you guys want to know, go ahead and ask. You'll talk to a real person. Joe is standing by. Luciano is standing by. Our entire team is standing by to answer any and all of your questions, guys. Okay? Beautiful. Fantastic. Anybody have any questions for me before we dive into CPI? Oh, you know what? Let me talk about FSLR first because I'm still in that position. So let's talk about FSLR. If you guys been following the YouTube channel, then for a while, you know that I've been short FSLR. We actually short FSLR right there, 169.50 on February 5th. And we took a bunch of profit off into the close on that day. We then bounced it back, came right back into that resistance level, and that resistance level stuck. You guys can see this resistance level that we have right up here. You guys can see resistance. And you had a support level down here, 162. There's 162 support, 162 support, 162 support, 162 support. Well, guess what? We broke underneath 162 today. Okay. So on the break underneath 162, I did take another piece of profit. Then we bounced back into 162, which was support. Now we expect resistance. I took the short again at 162, reloaded the position. I'm looking for more downside down into the high 150s going into the rest of this week. My stop loss now in the remainder of the position is moved into an area of profit at 164. If I'm correct on this, we should not really get back above 162.50. And we should just really find resistance back into 162.50, 163, and then roll back over. All right. So my initial short, 169.50, took profit to profit to profit to profit. We now reloaded the position. We'll see if we get some follow through. All right. So that is FSLR. And I told you guys I got into that position on February 5th. We'll see if I get the follow through. All right. Let's head things on over now to the overall market. We got to welcome John, guys. John just joined. We got to welcome John. John just joined. Everybody welcome John. Everybody welcome John. John just joined. Joe, did John take the laptop or no? Okay, so we've got, he did. John did take the laptop. So we have 7 of these spots remaining. Well, 7 laptops now remaining. Okay. Oh, there's John. John Weiss. Yes, my man. Welcome to the family. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Great job. David Chavez, I know everyone's coming in because the title of SMCI's earnings. I covered SMCI twice already. I've been live already for an hour. So to just give you a quick recap, David, the earnings were not good for SMCI, but the conference call is underway. The stock is moving higher right now as we speak. CEO or CFO must be saying something that they like. With SMCI as the stock just traded high. You're still down 2% on the day, but you are trading higher in the after hours from the earnings print. So right now the stock is pushing back up towards 42. Let me see if I think there's gonna be a trade here for us. I'm still just not crazy about a trade setup here. You have resistance right here. Maybe. I'm just not crazy about it. Maybe you see this thing push into the mid to high 40s, but then you're going to run smack into this resistance. And I don't know if you're going to be able to break this resistance. I think that this is a pretty heavy resistance level that I would look to probably be selling into rather than buying into. You also have the 200-day moving average, this yellow line that's working its way down. So if this thing were to run into this resistance, you have structural resistance, and then you'll have the 200-day moving average. I would be selling that. I wouldn't be wanting to buy into that. So that's just my opinion on it. I'm also not a big fan of SMCI for the long-term portfolio simply because I do not trust their management team, and I'm very happy with the semiconductor-related positions that I do currently have. The stock is trading higher right now, 42.25, as you are going to retest yesterday's high. And if you get through yesterday's high, maybe you guys can see that pop, and there could be a quick trade for you guys into tomorrow. Okay, so that's that. All right, so yeah, John, welcome to the TTG family, guys. Again, go to ttgoffer.com. Again, that's ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. The W money back guarantee I don't think you need it, but considering our refund rate's less than 2.5%, but it gives you peace of mind that it holds us accountable. W money back guarantees right there on the checkout page. It's real. It's in black and white. Just go read it. And everything on that page is included. Okay. There's no upsell or hidden costs for anything you guys see on that page. If you don't want the laptop, instead you'd rather have a cheaper price, send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. David, my pleasure, brother. My pleasure, David. David says, thank you. You're awesome. Good, sir. Nah, you're awesome, David. My pleasure. Glad I could help. Nigel wants to know about CFLT earnings. My thoughts. Earnings were great on CFLT. I like it. Stock still has a lot of work to do. Company still has a lot of work to do. This is major resistance in the high 30s. I know it's exciting to see the stock up 10%, but I'm not, let's not get too excited with CFLT. It is in the long-term portfolio at around 28, but it is a small position. And I'll add to that position probably somewhere in the mid 40s. Is probably where I would add to the position. And I would really want to hear the company talk about, positive net income. When are we going to reach that point? Do they see a course for profitability? That is when the company can really take the next step into their growth and their maturity. And that is when the company and the stock will deserve a much larger portion of my capital with a much larger position in the long-term portfolio. But for now, it's a small position. It's doing well. I own it from 28. Stock's now currently trading 34.5. Cool. But I'm not in the stock for a $6 move right up. If I'm right about this, the stock will be up in the 80s in the next 3 years. Okay. So that's what that stock is doing in the long-term portfolio. And we'll see how things pan out. But from a quick trade perspective, just be careful. A lot of resistance up here in the high 30s. All right. Let's go back into UPST. UPST still looks good, guys. Like I said, this is on watch for the long for tomorrow, as is DoorDash. DoorDash, we're looking for support at 199 tomorrow. And UPST, we're going to look for pullbacks into the mid 70s and see if there's going to be a trade opportunity for us there. UPST has a good short position on it, and they just came out with some really good earnings. And this is also on the back of Affirm, which just had really good earnings as well. So that bodes well for the industry, as they are similar companies. And I think that you could possibly see a short squeeze on Upstart. So we're going to watch to see if that thing can get itself down, get itself up into the 90s. Is Oxy done pumping or dumping? Is Oxy done dumping? Because the stock really hasn't been pumping. I mean, Oxy has gotten beaten up pretty bad. This support level broke and then it became resistance. So, I mean, this is clearly, for me, this is your new trading range. I'm not really bullish on Occidental. I do own Occidental in my long-term portfolio, but from like $12.50. So, and I just own it, but I don't really see there being a trade on it. I don't think Occidental is really a great stock to trade, like day trade wise, or even swing trade wise. The volatility is pretty low. The trading range, the ATR is really low as well. Sometimes the stock only moves like 50 cents, 75 cents in the day. I just think there's better things probably to trade. That's all. I just think there's better things to trade. You got resistance coming up here with these major moving averages, like the 50 and the 100-day moving average that sit there. You know, so maybe a little bit of a pullback from there. Nice, John. Hey, look at this. Look at this. I appreciate that, John. John is a new viewer. Subscribe to the channel, brother. I do this 6 days a week. You get no BS. You get no fluff from me. You get my wins. You get my losses. You get it all. I don't tell people what they want to hear. I tell people what I think they need to hear. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to turn you into a millionaire in 30 days. I'm not. But if you want to learn how to, you know, pull money out of the markets. I've been doing this for 18 years, and True Trading Group is not just myself. There's 8 other professional traders that are mods at TTG. I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I worked at a hedge fund on Wall Street, my first job out of college. That's how I began my trading career. Now I'm the co-founder of True Trading Group, and we've got 10,000 members from 114 different countries. So join up, brother. Smash the like button, turn on your notifications. Don't miss out on what we do here. If you're interested in the membership, be my guest. Go to ttgoffer.com. You'll see everything you get with your membership. I also do give out double your money back guarantees. If you're not able to make your membership fee back with us, we give you back double what it is that it costs to join the community. It's not just courses and trade alerts in the chat room. There's tools and resources that you guys get access to that traditional retail traders don't have access to. You know, the thing about True Trading Group is we believe that if all you have, and I'm not talking to you specifically, John, I'm just saying like you in general, if all somebody has is a Robinhood or a Webull account with a Reddit account, if you even think for 1 second that you stand even a remotely similar chance of a professional trader's level of success, you're dreaming. It's just not realistic. Professional traders have access to tools and resources, education, and data that you do not have access to as a retail trader. It gives them an advantage and an edge over you. Plain and simple. It's like you're stepping out onto the battlefield with a fork in your hand and you're going up against a tank. To think that you stand a chance of winning that in the long run, yeah, sure, maybe the tank's going to fire a missile or you know, and you're gonna dive out of the way and then miss the first one, and great, you might survive for a little while, but fight the tank, you're gonna die. What we do at True Trading Group is we try to build, we're a fintech platform, right? We're trying to build a platform for retail traders similar to what you have with like a Bloomberg terminal for professionals. Bloomberg terminals cost $30,000 a year. That's why most retail traders don't have them, but every professional does. And the Bloomberg terminal has tools and resources and data and speed of news that blows away anything you can imagine with your TOS or your E-Trade or your Webull or any your interactive brokers or anything else. So we have partnered with the NASDAQ. Okay, we actually receive a true level 3 data feed, which is something that you get with a Bloomberg terminal that usually only market makers and professional traders have access to. You as a retail trader do not have access to pure level 3 data. There's some firms out there that say that we have level 3, but it's really just a juiced up version of level 2. Level 3 is entirely different. Level 3 is a regulated data feed from FINRA that they regulate that data. You actually have to pay for it. So you're saying there's a chance. There's more than a chance with us. But the point that I'm trying to get at is there's a reason why a company like the NASDAQ signed a data partnership agreement with us and provides us with that data feed. They actually invited my business partner and I down to the NASDAQ a couple of months ago. They gave us a tour of the whole facility. It was really awesome. We got to witness the closing bell and got to take pictures, the closing bell at the NASDAQ. There's my business partner and I actually right there at the closing bell. And then to celebrate the data partnership agreement that we signed, they actually put up our name and our company logo up on their big billboard in the middle of Times Square. Nice. John Reyes says, born and raised in Flushing, Queens. I knew that accent made me feel at home. You got it, bro. I'll def check all that out. I appreciate you, bro. John, I appreciate you, man. John, I can tell you, I like you already. Even though you're probably a Mets fan, and I'm still a little sour about the Juan Soto deal, but a New Yorker, I love it. All right. So I look forward to it. John, I hope to see you part of the team. John, if you have any questions, just send us a text message. We're fully transparent. You got a phone number that we'll put up on the screen. If you have any questions, this goes for anybody else. You guys want to know anything about what it is that we do and what you get, 1-888-621-2127. The phone number is right down there. Be my guest. Don't be shy. Send a text message. We are fully transparent. We are an open book. All right. SMCI is trying to go green. It's 42.5. I think it gets interesting if you break above that. Just Patience K says, I'm also in Flushing, Queens, Mets fan. We look great this year. I don't think you look that great this year. You don't have any pitching. Your lineup looks great, but you don't have any pitching. I don't know. I know you guys got Juan Soto, and that definitely makes your lineup a lot better. And you kept Pete Alonso, which is crazy. Pete Alonso only got 2 years. Your lineup is scary as all hell. But I don't think your pitching staff's not that. You guys need some pitching help, I feel like. Pitching wins championships. We know that. Just ask the San Francisco Giants when they went on their run. They had a horrible offense, but they had the best pitching staff in the league. It doesn't matter. No one's beating the Dodgers. It honestly really doesn't matter. Nobody's beating the Dodgers. The Dodgers probably have the best roster that I've ever seen in my entire life on any baseball team. It's true. No one's beating the Dodgers. If the Dodgers stay healthy, they might break the record for most wins in a season if they stay healthy. But I digress. I can talk about sports all day long. Let's take things on over to the charts, guys. Let's talk about the SPY, and we'll talk about the CPI expectations for tomorrow, and then we'll break. My wife's actually making steak tonight. I'm actually pretty excited about this. Nice bone-in ribeyes. I'm excited about this. So let's talk about this. There are some levels here to focus on. I actually don't think, even if you get a lighter than expected CPI number, let's go through what the CPI expectations are. So tomorrow, 8:30, you're expecting, month over month CPI to come in at 0.3, year over year to come in at 2.9, core CPI month over month to come in at 0.3, and core CPI year over year to come in at 3.1. So if we get in a hotter than expected CPI number, if it is higher than expected, I think you get a candle probably tomorrow that looks something like this. And I would expect that weakness in the market to have a spillover into the next couple of days. And I would start to target the low 590 support level, which is the gap. This is the last time you got a CPI number. January 15th, you got a CPI number. It was lighter than expected. The market's gapped up big and you exploded for a week. Then you had the tariff news over last weekend. That gapped the markets down. You found support at the gap entry from the CPI day, and then the markets recovered. Now you also have this purple line on my screen. You see here, pink, whatever. That's the 100-day moving average. It also lines up at 590. So if you get a hot CPI number, what I'm going to look for is gap down off today's candle, gap it down, easily drop into the 50-day moving average, which is the dark blue line you see on my screen, and maybe settle around 598, close weekly on the day, close week, W-E-A-K-L-Y, weekly, not W-E-E-K, and then follow through with some of that selling pressure as the week goes on, and then work your way down into those low 590s before finding support against the 100-day moving average. So that is the price action I would expect the rest of the week if you get a CPI number that comes in higher than expected. Now, however, if the number comes in lighter than expected, I don't think the move is as big because I still don't think you take out this all-time high. This all-time high resistance is really tough. And if the number comes in lighter than expected, you probably gap up and push into this level. And then I think you pull back and I think you'll stall. And I think you'll just trade in the low to mid 600s. So it's like gap it up, rally into 610. Everybody think that we broke new high, and then drop back underneath the new all-time high the very next day and settle in the mid 600s and then start to chop and consolidate. And then I would be hands off the index if you got that price action. And I would look to trade individual stocks as the index might get a little choppy on the failed new all-time high. So that's the price action I would be anticipating on the CPI number that we get tomorrow morning at 8:30. I'll be live with my members inside chat for that number. And then we'll analyze what the numbers are. And we'll go through exactly what it is that we are looking for it to take place. We'll go over the watch list every day. I tell my members, this is exactly the stocks I'm focused on. These are exactly the entry prices I'm going to get into my positions. These are exactly, what I'm going to be getting out of my positions. Can you tell us if you think is going to be bullish or bearish this week? Well, AP, I just kind of gave it to you. Like it depends on what happens with the CPI number tomorrow. The market right now has we gapped up on Monday, but we haven't really moved. Between Monday and Tuesday, we just have gone sideways. So the real tell is going to be the CPI number at 8:30. And based on what that CPI number is going to determine my bullishness or bearishness. Again, I don't come on this live stream to predict the future. I don't know what the CPI number, what is CPI? Oh boy. AP, please join True Trading Group. Please. It's a consumer price index. It is one of the largest inflation measures. It's how we measure inflation. Okay. CPI will measure the cost of goods. Okay. You bet on puts. What is the reason why you bet on puts, AP? Do you have a reason for it? Like, do you have like a plan? What's the thought process behind it? You got every trade you make, you have to make sure you have a plan. I have no idea how it works. Oh boy. AP, do me a favor. And I mean this as genuinely as I possibly could. Do not make another trade with real money until you join True Trading Group. And I mean that because if you don't know what you're doing, that is a recipe for disaster. I would suggest you stop trading with real money, join True Trading Group, actually learn what you're doing, and start putting yourself in really good, high probability situations instead of you just completely randomly guessing. All you're doing is guessing, AP. And that's not how trading works. If you want to guess, go to Vegas and go put your money on red or black, or go play craps and put your money on 6-8 and high yo and snake eyes. Go because you're gambling. All you're doing right now is gambling. That's not a well thought out or well planned out trade idea. All right. It kind of feels to me like you're just a troll at this point. I went all in on puts this week. So I wish you the best of luck, but I'm gonna move on. I wish you the best of luck. All right. So what we're gonna do here, guys, now, does anybody have any questions for me about anything else that we talked about before we break? Tomorrow, 8:30 is going to set the tone for the rest of the week. Mike, what do you think about using the VWAP upper band number 3 for taking profits on TG triangle? Nicola, I don't do that. Doesn't mean that you can't, but that's not something that I do. I don't use the VWAP bands. It's not an indicator that I use. It doesn't mean it's wrong. You guys do not have to trade exactly the way that I trade. I am not the type of person that's like, it's my way or the highway. There's a reason why there's 8 other professional traders inside of TTG that have their own style, different strategies, so that you guys get exposure to a variety of different trading styles and indicators and setups. So if you have found, Nicola, that you really like using the upper VWAP band for a take profit on a TTG triangle, then by all means, if that works for you and you've back tested it, use it. You know, what you should be doing is not what I do. It's whatever helps you make money. And I'm a big, obviously, believer in that. I'm never going to tell anybody, no, you got to do it just like me. No, you do whatever works for you. You do whatever helps you make money. That's why we're here. Okay. Thank you for all you do, Mike and TTG. It has truly changed my life and my coworkers. Bald Eagle, are you the fireman? And you're like your firehouse? You trade together like with your firehouse? Is that you? I'm pretty sure that is you. I have so many members like stories in my head, so it's sometimes hard for me to remember it. Blessed Odd goes, no, that's Dave from Montreal. I love how our members even know who the other members all is. Yeah, I think so. Coco. Yes, it is you. Yes. Coco. 19 strong. Yes. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Firehouse of 19 guys all trading together. I love it. You got to make sure you set stop losses, though, because when that alarm goes off, you guys got to be out the door. Okay? I don't want to be responsible for you guys showing up to an emergency late because you have to set a stop loss. Okay? So make sure you've always got stop losses in place, right? People's lives are at stake. But I'm happy that to hear that True Trading Group and everything we're doing here, man, is helping change your life and to change the life of your fellow firefighters, you know, first responders. You guys, the bravest mother effers out there, run into burning buildings when everybody else runs out of them. Respect the hell out of you for doing what you do. Keep it going. Be safe, and keep the good trades rolling, my man. Keep the good trades rolling. All right. So that's it, folks. That does it here for me. We're going to finish things there. I'll see my members in chat tomorrow for the CPI number. Again, go to ttgoffer.com. Okay, go to ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. You get a free laptop. There's a few of them left. The W money back guarantees on that page. All right. W money back guarantees on that page for, I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind. Read it. It's real. If you do not want the laptop and instead you'd rather have a cheaper price, then go ahead and send a text message to 1-888-621-2127. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel and smash that like button. Show some love. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.